Today, the local business community here in Huntsville got the opportunity to hear from Tennessee Valley legislators about the upcoming legislative session scheduled to begin on January 11th. Our Nixon Norman, who is live with us, sat in on this update. Nixon, a number of important topics were on the agenda.
Yes, they were, Julia. I did sit in on the update where things like better roads and better education were discussed, but there was one area of focus in particular that may take you off guard, and that's access to reliable Wi-Fi, especially in our more rural areas.
Today, leaders from across the state came together to discuss issues expected to come back up during this upcoming legislative session.
These are not things that you're going to hear in front page news. They're not hot button political issues, but they are the things that build the foundations of where we are today and what your legislative body should be doing.
The usual push for better roads and education was mentioned, but so was a push for something else, something that most of us use on a daily basis, and that is internet access.
Broadband today is almost like electricity was almost 80 years ago.
There's approximately 800,000 people that have very spotty, not very strong internet access, and there's about 200,000 that actually have no access. And so you're talking about 1 million people that may or may not have access to broadband, and so that's a problem.
So, okay. The issue at hand is that there are many people in the state of Alabama with little to no internet access. But what's the solution?
We're putting together programs through the commission to move the broadband forward so we can get homes and businesses and communities in this state served through broadband.
Lawmakers plan on doing this by offering grants to companies willing to build and run broadband infrastructures.
Now you've got rural co-ops that are willing to help us run the infrastructure. You've got electric companies allowing us to use the right-of-ways and the poles that they have to get infrastructure moved. And this was a huge savings. That way you're not just putting all the expense on one company to run it down the highway by themselves.
These infrastructures then provide Wi-Fi to those living in rural areas, which in turn provides more quality of life for all that live here.
For more information about this and so much more going on here in the Tennessee Valley, head on over to fox54.com. Live in the studio, Nixon Norman, Fox 54 News.